If you are over 60 and your knees feel like they're made of rusted metal every time you step out of bed, I need you to listen very carefully. You know that feeling, the stiffness in your lower back that takes an hour to thaw out, the swollen knuckles that make it hard to grip your toothbrush, or that dull, throbbing ache in your hips when you try to climb the stairs. We've been conditioned to believe this is just the price of admission for reaching your 60s. We call it old age and we reach for the ibuprofen. But what if I told you that it may not be your age? What if the real reason your inflammation is screaming every morning is sitting in your cup right now? There is a shocking biological reality that millions of seniors are ignoring. The damage to your joints often starts with what you drink within the first 10 minutes of waking up. You've done it every day for years, perhaps decades. You drink it thinking it's a harmless comfort, a morning essential, or even a heart-healthy choice. But for a body over 60, this one beverage can act like a chemical trigger, setting off an inflammatory cascade that lasts all day. Today, we are moving beyond the surface-level advice. I'm going to explain exactly how this morning habit is quietly dissolving the collagen in your joints and why removing this one drink could be the most powerful, natural painkiller you've ever tried. It's not about a new trend, it's about physiology. Before we reveal the drink, you must understand the invisible war happening inside your joints while you sleep. What really happens to your joints after 60? To understand why a simple drink can cause so much pain, we have to look at how your joints have changed. By the time you reach 60, your internal shock absorbers, your cartilage, have naturally thinned. Your body produces less synovial fluid, which is the oil that keeps your joints gliding smoothly. But the real change is in your immune system. As we age, our bodies enter a state called inflammaging. This is a low-grade chronic inflammation that hums in the background. Because our hormonal levels, estrogen and testosterone, have declined, we've lost the natural anti-inflammatory protection we had in our 30s. Our collagen repair systems have slowed to a crawl. In this state, your joints are no longer rugged. They have become highly sensitive to inflammatory triggers. A small spike in inflammation that your body would have brushed off at 25 now causes a flare-up at 65. Every habit you have is now amplified. Imagine starting your day with a biochemical spike that tells your already sensitive immune system to attack your own tissues. That is exactly what's happening. The morning inflammation window. Why does the morning matter so much? When you wake up, your body is in a unique physiological state. You are naturally dehydrated after 8 hours of sleep. Your cortisol levels, the stress hormone, are at their highest point to help you wake up. This combination makes your joints naturally stiffer. But more importantly, your blood sugar sensitivity is at its most delicate in the morning. Your first intake of the day sets the biochemical tone for the next 14 hours. If your first drink triggers a massive insulin spike, it doesn't just affect your energy. It triggers a cascade of inflammatory cytokines that head straight for your most vulnerable areas, your knees, your back, and your hands. For a senior who is already metabolically fragile, this first choice determines whether your day will be spent in comfort or in a state of metabolic fire. Building suspense before reveal. Think about the standard morning routine. We've been fed marketing myths for 50 years. We are told we need a comfort drink to wake up. We see labels that say energy booster, antioxidant rich, or even heart healthy. Millions of seniors are drinking store-bought health smoothies, flavored coffee creamers, or heavily sweetened instant oats and coffee. But the real culprit? The single most damaging drink for a 60-year-old's joints is the high-sugar morning beverage. Whether it's a coffee loaded with refined sugar and artificial syrups, a processed fruit juice that is essentially liquid candy, or a nutritional meal replacement shake packed with corn syrup, these are the joint killers. It's not about the caffeine. It's about the refined sugar and inflammatory additives that travel with it. How this beverage damages joints. Here's the science of the damage. When you drink high-sugar liquids on an empty stomach, your blood sugar doesn't just rise, it explodes. This forces your pancreas to pump out massive amounts of insulin. This insulin surge triggers the release of inflammatory cytokines, chemicals that circulate in your blood and aggravate your joint linings. But the most silent damage is a process called glycation. When sugar stays in your blood, it attaches to proteins in a permanent bond, creating advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. Your joints are made of collagen, which is a protein. Glycation makes your collagen stiff, brittle, and prone to grinding. Imagine your joint cushion turning from soft rubber into hard, cracking plastic. That is glycation. Furthermore, high sugar causes the body to retain sodium, leading to the puffy finger syndrome and increased pressure in your knee capsules. The damage is slow, silent, and cumulative, but it is happening with every sip. Why it affects you more after 60? Why could you drink this at 40 and feel fine, but now at 65 it's a problem? It's because your metabolic room for error has shrunk. Your body is less efficient at clearing glucose from the blood. Your antioxidant defenses are lower, and your natural collagen production is already at a fraction of what it once was. If you are on medications like certain painkillers or steroids, these can further sensitize your stomach and your metabolic response. Your body has changed, but your morning habit hasn't. The same drink that was just a treat 20 years ago is now a direct biological insult to your mobility. Signs this drink is worsening your joints. How do you know if your morning drink is the problem? Look for the clues your body is leaving. Does your morning stiffness last for more than 30 minutes? Do your rings feel tight on your fingers after breakfast? Do you experience a mid-morning crash where your joints feel even heavier? Do you have good days and bad days that seem to correlate with what you ate or drank? I suggest a simple 3-day test. Remove the sweetened creamers, the juices, and the sugary coffees. Pay attention to how quickly your morning thaw happens. Your body is a master communicator. You just have to listen to the signals it's sending from your knees. What to drink instead? The goal isn't to live in a state of deprivation. It's to replace the fire with fuel. Start with a hydration first principle. Drink 8 ounces of plain, room temperature water before anything else. For your main drink, switch to anti-inflammatory options. Asterisk green tea or ginger tea, packed with polyphenols that actually block inflammatory pathways. Black coffee with cinnamon. Cinnamon helps stabilize blood sugar instead of spiking it. Warm lemon water helps balance your internal pH and supports collagen. If you need creaminess, use unsweetened almond or coconut milk. By stabilizing your blood sugar in the morning, you aren't just losing weight, you are cooling down the biochemical fire in your joints. Replace the inflammatory spike with stable, clean energy. You don't have to suffer every morning. Additional habits that protect joints. While the drink is the foundation, you can multiply the benefits with a morning synergy routine. Pair your anti-inflammatory drink with gentle mobility. Not a workout, just 5 minutes of ankle circles, wrist rolls, and gentle knee-to-chest movements. Ensure you get some sunlight early in the day to boost vitamin D, which is essential for bone-muscle joint communication. When you combine the right drink with light movement and hydration timing, you create a shield for your joints that lasts the entire day. Important medical warnings. A brief note of authority. Joint pain can be complex. There is a massive difference between osteoarthritis, wear and tear, and rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune. If you have severe swelling, redness, or a fever, you must see a medical professional immediately. Dietary changes support your medical treatment. They do not replace it. If you have diabetes, changing your morning sugar intake will affect your insulin needs, so consult your doctor before making radical shifts. This is about working with your healthcare team to provide the best possible environment for your body to heal. Quick recap for retention. Let's lock this in. After 60, your joints are more sensitive to metabolic fire. The morning window is when your body is most vulnerable to inflammation. The culprit is the high-sugar morning drink that spikes insulin and cracks your collagen through glycation. The fix is replacing sugar spikes with hydration and anti-inflammatory teas or clean coffee. Small daily changes equal long-term relief. You are not destined to be stiff. You are just one choice away from a better morning. I want to ask you a serious question. Do your joints hurt right now? If you struggle with morning stiffness every single day, I want you to comment the word joints below. Let's see how many people in our community are ready to take their mobility back. If you have a spouse or a friend who is constantly reaching for the aspirin in the morning, share this video with them. You might be the reason they can walk comfortably again. Hit the like button if you're ready to reclaim your mornings. And subscribe to join our community of seniors focused on natural aging, circulation, and longevity. You aren't getting old, you're getting smarter about your body. You still have control over your mornings. Let's make them count.